Man, welcome back to the show of the year. First of all, I got to say one thing. Can I kick it? You know the answer, yes, you can. Tonight, we're going to do just that. Welcome to the Pull-Up Podcast with your boy, the main man, which I got all my mans in there with me tonight on season 3, episode 320. This is the Fan Appreciation Show, and I'm telling you, it's going to be good. Let's take care of some house notes real quick. Make sure you do a few things for me. Like us, make sure you share with your friends, make sure they share the show. More importantly, subscribe to the show as we give you quarter by quarter of sports information. Tonight's going to be a little different because we kind of going to, throw some people in here, going to give their opinions to a few facts. If you got any questions, don't hesitate. Jump in, ask, talk, debate, deny, don't like them, whatever it is, come out. But before we bring out the guest tonight, Val, you know what to do. Drop it.
It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull-Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull-Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast.
Man, welcome back. Season 3, episode 320 on the Pull-Up Podcast Show. This is your boy, the one and only Coach Tony, and tonight's episode is going to be, as I can say, can I kick it? Yes, you can. We're going to have some fun tonight with my guest on the show. As we do a few things, take care of some housekeeping. Bella, baby, what's going on? Let's go already, Bella. You already know how we going to do. As we say, if you have not checked out Bella's show, Friday afternoons in Atlanta, she's pulling up on you with the Bella Unplugged show. So if you're not up on it, get up on it. And then my boy, K Springer, thanks for checking in, baby, all the way from the NYC. Got people in here from Cali, all over from Miami. Keep checking in tonight. I know my boy Derek's going to jump in here in a little while, but listen, before we get too deep, let's bring out the guests so you can talk to them. We can get this show crack-a-lacking, as they say back in the day. Coming just right out of Nashville, my own assistant coach. She's the only female on the show, holding her own down. My girl, the one and only, Coach Kiana Briscoe. Welcome to the stage, Coach. Take the mute off.
What's up, Coach? How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show. Thank you for sitting here with the Fan Appreciation Show. Looking forward to you tonight. It's good. And moving on down the line, as they call him, the shot doctor, Briscoe. I should have had him when I was coming up. I may be making some paper right now. The way they got all this NIL stuff.
Yeah, it's different. It's different nowadays.
Exactly. The one and only Coach Fred Hoskins, the shot doctor. Welcome to the stage, Coach.
Coach Tony, what's good? Hi, Coach Briscoe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. I'm looking forward to get down there in y'all's gym and chopping it up with you.
Oh, yeah. Anytime.
We coming. In fact, that's in the next few weeks, as a matter of fact. So we're going to be rolling.
All right.
And then my dude, we're going to get to him. He's on his way home because he's coming down in tobacco land. But my boy, James, J-Dub Ward, been knowing James since I came out of college. I've been knowing him longer than anybody on this podcast. And it's been crazy because we've stayed connected since, I think, 93, 92, 93, something like that. So I can't wait till he pull up on us tonight. He's driving home real quick, and he'll be here to the show real soon. And my guy, my sidekick, who takes care of all of my talent to make sure that my kids, my guards know what it is when it means player development, the one and only Coach Justin Allen, coming from Cashville, Tennessee. What's up, baby?
What's going on? Hey, we Tribe Called Quest up in the building. I like that.
Man, I told him, Justin, I'm always going to kick it, man, but tonight especially,
Hey, good to see you, Kiana. Look, and Coach Fred, I needed you today. I went about 4 for 16 from the field today. I don't know what was that.
I got you. I'll hop in the car tonight after the show and get down there for you.
Coach Fred was all that chicken wing. He didn't get that. He didn't get that.
Hey, I was off my shot line too much, man.
Hey, quick question: Were you missing short? Were most of the misses front of the rim?
Most of them were short
All day.
So either I was holding it at the top of my release, or feet was ended up back.
Yep. Or you didn't get it to the back half of the opening.
There you go. But we're gonna work on that. And I like that shirt, Justin, because the question of the night comes with that shirt you wearing tonight. So that's good. The next guy, my brother from another mother, man, been in the Midwest with me, always talking, loving because I had to fight these SEC people all the time. And I know I got one person in my corner. My boy, Coach Jay Smith from the D. What's up, Coach?
What up? You see, I got my camouflage on because it's time to go to battle. Hey, Justin, you probably went 3 for 96 because you got that Laker shirt on.
Hold on now.
Hey, real quick before we get started, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all know me and Coach Tony Leos. We didn't get to share our birthdays, but Coach, hey man, tell us, man.
Leo. If y'all ain't got nothing, y'all better get something. That's all I'm saying. Briscoe.
Oh, right.
Tell Bree to bring it on up in there. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just gonna stick to.
We're going to H2. I'm gonna let you stay cool tonight.
Stick to a water. Yeah.
Hey, Coach Jay came with a shot and a quick jab for me.
Yeah. It's war season, man. It's war season.
Hey, I love this war season now. And the one and only, my duo, my twins in them, my man's in there, my little man's in there, my son, Mr. PR Visuals himself, coming from Murfreesboro, MTSU on the map tonight.
Shout out.
What's up, baby?
What's going on, everybody?
What's
Good to see everybody.
And before we get this show started, I go crazy. I would not be able to come in the house. Show dedicated to my granddaughter, Skylar, and of course, baby Olivia tonight. Got to put you on the map. I know y'all watching Pawpaw and watching your Uncle Tone tonight, so I appreciate it. But in a little bit, get up in the bed. Just gonna tell you. We'll keep that on 100. Hey, listen, when James check in tonight, Val's gonna make sure he's here because O'Hara's checking in tonight. We'll see what's happening tonight on the podcast. Please make sure you drop all the questions in the tagline so Val can throw them out. Let's get it started tonight, guys. You know the rules. The rules are I'm gonna throw a question out. We're gonna answer them. We're gonna go around the room. You do not have to agree with each other. Period, point blank, and you got about a minute and a half to answer so we can keep it moving. Now, before we get started tonight, we want to let the audience know who you are. We'll go from top to bottom. Coach Briscoe, let's talk a little bit about your background and why you wanted to, being on the appreciation show tonight.
So I actually played for Coach Tony in college. That's pretty much where we met. I've been playing basketball my whole life. After finishing college, I actually decided to come back home. While getting my master's degree, I'm now coaching at St. Cecilia with Coach Tony. Just come on here just to, bring some support and do whatever I can to support the show and bring whatever I can. So
I like that. Let's go, Coach Fred.
Tony, honored to be here 2 weeks in a row. I'm feeling pretty special. Appreciate it.
Man, I'm about to send you a check not a check, but a notice.
An invoice, right? A bill. So Tony, grew up in Indiana, Hoosier Rich basketball. Only white kid at the boys club and loved it and had some fun, got educated, got dunked on, got to do a lot of shoe shines at the boys club on Booth Street. But
but even when you got dunked on, they picked up some trays in their eyes. I know you was filling the buckets up on them.
Hard 21 is tough for a short, slow white dude to get a rebound. But when I got it, and then when I got to that free throw line, it was over.
It was over. Let it ride. The coach said, let it ride, man.
So 32-year school teacher, coaching high school ball, college ball, national championship, 2014, and just a blessed time 5 years down in Nashville, 2019 to 2024 into 23, and traveling as the shot doctor, working with NBA players all the way down to youth. Old quarterback back in the day. I know we're talking football. There's that pinky injury from getting flipped upside down.
Oh,
honored to be here. guys.
Hey, man, you got to wear the tags on the line. You got to wear it. Coach Justin, bring it to the flow, man, with that. If I'd have known you going to wear that Lakers jersey, I should have threw my Bulls gear on and shut you down. But I'm kicking.
We got the Los Angeles, but I hail out of Queens, New York, so we always dribble. So one day, I'm doing my 2-ball dribbling. That's what I always do to keep it tight.
Yep.
And then Coach Tony drives by. He saw me. This is probably like 2017, 2018, and said, "Hey, man, we could use some of that." Linked up with him. We did a couple sessions together, and man, been loving the experience that he brought me to. With just shoot, even meeting Lil Tone. Had to get him
right. Working every day.
Had him outside working, doing the 2-ball dribble, man. So that's just really fulfilled my spirit. My passion keeps me feeling fresh, young, and just been doing that. Always been a fan of the game. So been doing that for going on 7 years now. I mean, keeping up with the show for about 2. Really.
He vivid, man. I love it, man. And Coach Jay, for y'all don't know, coming off a D2 championship. Coach Fred, Jay got a ring too. You know what I mean? And then
I got a couple of them, Tone. I got
them on tonight. Hey,
Justin, he coming with the right and the left.
Hey, Jay, don't be like Antoine Walker, though. Don't be like Walker.
No, I got a couple of them, man. But yeah, man, it's an honor to be here, man. Coach Tone, blood couldn't make us no closer. You know what I'm saying? This has been my guy when I moved from Detroit. I've been coaching up there in Michigan for over 10 years and ended up going down to Fisk, getting the job down at Fisk University. And shortly later, ended up at Reinhardt University. And now I'm over at the University of West Georgia. And, Tone and I get out, we do our golfing. We hang out, man. That's still my guy. He knows that anything that he needs, I'm there for him and vice versa. So, he's all around cool guy, and I appreciate for having him show. And I'll be remiss if I don't shout out my son, Dash in Dallas, for letting me use his room. You see all the rest.
I said, appreciate it. For those that don't know, I had the DJ, J50. I came down to the 8 Briscoe and throw the turntables on. Hey, so we kicked it. That was a good night. So, and my man's in them. Little Tone, man, come to the stage. By the way, Coach Justin, Coach Jay, Coach Fred Briscoe, got to give a big claps out. Tony's in his last semester at the Middle Tennessee State University, graduating in
DC. That's right.
I graduate this fall.
So. I remember a quick little story, not to throw him under the bus. I remember in the sophomore year, Dad, I don't want no more. I'm done. No, you ain't. I don't give a damn if it take you 20 years. You can go 1 class a day. I don't care, but you're going to finish. And so he got to his next year, and I remember him saying exactly his junior year, he came to me and said, Dad, man, it's crazy, man. I'm a junior in college. And I told him, I said, man, I'm not only proud of you, you surpassed, many family members around here. And, now you got to come catch me. So now you still got to get that master's and get up on it. So we working on the Coach Fred, and we got to keep him in the books.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Tone? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Man, not too much. I played basketball at Cane Ridge High School, down with B-Mill and a lot of other players. I stopped playing probably around my junior year. Started learning how to just be an editor and take pictures and videos. So right now I'm at MTSU, major in videography and film. So,
and tell them good news. You're that coming on board with the women's basketball.
Yeah, I'm trying to come on board with the women's basketball team right now too, with the videography side too. So that should be real big in the next couple of weeks. So,
man, that's awesome, man. And I'm proud of it. And I remember when Briscoe was thumping you on your head, we just bring it up to the gym.
Yeah.
She was playing back in the day.
A long time ago. Yeah.
A long time ago. Long time ago.
That was the first crew you got to see, her and Sam and Jemiah and all them. Oh, man, that was a crew there, man. That was funny. But listen, man, I'm glad everyone is checked in to the Pull Up Podcast show, got through all the introductions and such that. For those that have got any questions, please make sure you put them in the tagline. Valid, very good. Dior Jiggle said, what's up, Coach? What's good? We always going to check in with everybody tonight, and I got some more people checking in tonight. We're going to get these questions started on the other side, but Val, let's jump out here real quick. Let's pay some bills. We'll be right back on the Pull Up Podcast show.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. Key Spot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. Key Spot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Man, welcome back to the second quarter for the Pull Up Podcast Show. My boy Dior Jiggle said, "What's good, Coach?" We checked in. Will Knight said, "What's up, Coach Justin?" Got me talking about football. Always get basketball. Don't we're gonna talk about that? Will, don't even sweat it. I got Coach Justin and Coach Fred for that. They got some inside. Anthony checking in tonight said, "What's good?" My boy Coach Jay Smith, "What's good?" TJ Maine and of course Rail. "What's up, Rail?" I'm glad you're here tonight, man. Chilling out. Coach Jay Smith, man. I don't know. I have to check on that one, man. I'm check on that one.
Hey, you see how there?
He ain't let me get on the bench dance. Huh?
Yeah, different one.
The new head.
Right.
He got a new hat on.
You ready?
Go get my Bears hat. What's and Tone, sister-in-law said, "Look at Daddy Tony and little Tone getting down." Sister-in-law, what's happening tonight? Listen, check it out. You guys, off the rip, we're going to jump into college football. The question on the table tonight is a couple of things here. In the college football landscape of things, who do you have as the number one team in the nation? I'll let you guys go. I'll give my answer last. And why? Let's kick it off up top. Coach Briscoe, give it to me.
We're going college-wise?
Yes.
So college-wise, I'd hate to say this, and Tony, you gonna like this, but with the way it's looking, I'm gonna have to go with Ohio State this year. I'm gonna have to. They solid. I know they got a lot of returners, and it's gonna be. I'm a Vols fan, but I'm gonna have to give it to Ohio State this year.
Ooh, I like. Hey, do you know they may put you out of Tennessee for that?
Yeah.
Like go to get Alabama or something like that. I like it. Yeah, that's interesting there. Coach Justin, what you thinking, man?
I'm gonna have to go with I'll probably say Georgia. Crazy enough. And you already know I'm not really a Georgia fan, but then LSU and Alabama dropped down a little bit, not as strong as they used to be. Tennessee, darn near not even ranked.
Yeah, they're 24 right now. Exactly. Open up against Syracuse and make it.
Good team last year.
Yeah, they did.
I saw the team last year.
Yeah, they did.
But the Big Ten has now gotten so competitive, in my opinion. So you talked about Ohio State. Well, they probably going to be getting beat down by Penn State. They may have to battle out against Michigan State. So I feel up along the lines, they're going to get beat up. SEC a little bit weaker. Georgia can step in. Now, if I'm going to be biased, it's all about the U. We about the U, baby. We replace Cam Ward. We got another level-headed quarterback. We're going to be right back where we need to be.
Okay, well, Cam's in the pros right now. Oh, that's right. Y'all got your – hold on. So you get Georgia, but you lose your main quarterback to Miami.
That's all right. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm talking bias right now, so it's a little delusion like that with a Cowboy fan. That's for your boy James. Whatever he's doing
right now. Till y'all get rid of Jerry Jones, we'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Little Tone, what's up? You just said something.
I'm gonna go with either Penn State or Texas. That's my favorite team from last season was Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, is the Manning guy still there?
I don't think so. I think
Manning's still there. Come on, man, start quarterback. You got to know that.
There it goes.
Oh my God. Val, my brother James just checked in. Bring him on stage tonight.
That's the point then if he's still there.
Yeah.
J Dub, what's up, man? Down from North Kakalaka. Add the last piece to this menu for those he in Jordan country, seeing Jordan from back in the day. What's up, Jay? Tell him what you checking in on, baby. And he wearing his blue tonight, Jay.
Well, I told you everything blue, baby. No, checking in pretty good, man. I'm just excited to be here with Coach Tone. Happy to be here on the podcast and looking to share some of my information and knowledge and gain some wisdom at the same time.
Man, I appreciate you, baby. We're talking about college football and who do you have as a number one choice and possibly you're a sleeper to do something. Let's take it up to Coach Fred. What do you got for us?
Talking about gaining some knowledge, I'm disappointed in the Tennessee folks, Coach Tony.
Ooh.
I was down there 5 years, moved back to Indiana, and we
tell me you got the Hoosiers.
Indianapolis Colts, but he was first at University of Tennessee, and the blue blood Archie Manning projected to be 3,500, 4,000 passing yards this year and a possible shoe-in for the Heisman. So even though he didn't get a lot of playing time when he did get in last year, tricky coming in a game or a few starts.
For 900 yards last year as a backup.
As all the Mannings do, they shine on under the spotlight. So looking for Texas to get it done.
Ooh, looking for Texas. Coach J, give it to me, man. So hold on. We got Ohio State, Big Ten. We got Georgia, SEC. We got Tony. Who did you say again, Tony?
I said Texas.
Texas, SEC, and Coach. So we got 3 SEC, 1 Big Ten. Jay, give it to me, man. What you thinking?
Hey, man, first of all, I always got to go at Coach Allen, man. Hey, you talking about Miami having a level-headed quarterback. He came from Georgia. As I said. Hey, he worried about his girlfriend spending that $10 million. He ain't going to be able to concentrate.
That's why he went to Miami, Jake, so he can make some more money on South Beach. Hey, if you don't catch him at Fountain Blue.
Right. Club Live.
Right, exactly.
Hey, no, so I'm Big Ten all the way. I do think Penn State is going to be one of them teams. And Michigan's going to, of course, I'm a Michigan guy, so Michigan's going to do some damage as well. But if I had to put all the cards on the table right now, it's probably going to come down to Texas and one of the Big Ten teams because, like just said, the Big Ten is loaded now with the expansion of bringing them Pac-12 teams over here. I mean, Oregon is still – they didn't reload it. You know what I'm saying?
UCLA, we got paper.
Yeah, we don't know what UCLA is sitting with, so – if I had to take that pick, I'm going to go with Texas.
Ooh, so we got 3 Texas. And J-Dub, what you got to say about all this, man?
I'm sucking it up. I'm excited this year, but
you got Bill Belichick down there, boy.
Yeah, I'm an ACC man. I'm a Tar Heel all day, every day. But I gotta be honest when we talk about big boy football. So I've been to 3 states and a couple of universities in the last month. I've been to Birmingham, then I went up to Tuscaloosa, up to Alabama, went to the campus of Crimson Tide. Then I was down at Texas a little bit, checked out Austin a little bit. And then I'm going to be in Nashville this week right here. So I'm looking at some schools in the SEC.
But you better be calling me so we can connect this weekend.
Yes, sir. I'll be there for the Classic this weekend. So for sure. But when I look at the talent between Florida, I forgot I do business in New Orleans and also Louisiana. So when I think about LSU, so if I'm going to go off record a little bit, I'm going to go with the SEC. Well, excuse me, the SEC. I'm going to go with Texas. This is my number 1.
Well, listen. Ooh, I like
it. And it's hard against my ACC, but that's grown man football. So I'm going to be honest with myself.
So I'm about to hurt all y'all ass because I love you, but Briscoe put it in the right conference and Coach Jay mentioned it. This will be Coach Franklin's first year to pick up a national champion with the Penn State Nittany Lions. And here's why. Michigan, let me go back before Michigan, okay? Alabama laid out the foundation. Older kids with the portal, don't graduate. You got 5th and 6th year seniors. Then you came back with Michigan. The average age was 21 and a half, 22. Then you came right back. Ohio State had 23, 24, and the biggest money of all football programs. They come back, they'll begin, and I'm telling you what's going to happen. Saturday in Columbus, for all my Ohio State people that's watching now, Texas will get upset this Saturday in Columbus by 7 on the road. Penn State got a very easy schedule, nothing too difficult till they get to Michigan, Ohio State. And I think they got an SEC squad somewhere in the midst of all that. So this is Coach Franklin's year. I got Penn State to win it all.
Do you agree with? I said Penn State and Texas. Both those.
Penn State.
I just don't see the offense with Penn State. I just don't see the offense.
And they grit and grind, Jack. And I'm gonna give you one. And I like what you had down in North Carolina. I think, and I don't know what you guys got to think, the surprise team of the year, because that Michael Jordan money. By the way, I happened to look on a list the other day. Just now, you were talking about it. The top 10 richest African-American people in the world. Michael Jordan is the number one American over Oprah Winfrey at $3.79 billion. And Bill Belichick gets some of those Jordans. And I think North Carolina is the surprise team of this year. I think Bill Belichick gets them where they need to be. And I think that North Carolina University steps up into that 12-team playoff.
He ain't no different from Carson Beck. He got a young girl, got them all distracted. I don't know about that.
Hey, the difference is he ain't got to play. Tell him, Jay. He ain't got to rip that field. Carson gonna be, oh man, I'm tired.
Yeah, he's good with Justin.
Oh man, on the sideline, he good with that.
Well, I will say the Chancellor's getting some funds to build. Well, actually, basketball. We're gonna get ready to get another stadium right outside of campus. So,
oh really? So Jordan
so
building that.
Yeah, they're putting some funds in now. So I think
I'll tell you that facility is cold. I watched ESPN. Jay, I don't know if you seen it that night. Man, they had every pair of Jordans and then some in Carolina blue and white on a wall. Man, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been down there. And Michigan is kind of like the same setup about them being a Jordan school. So,
no, it's not the same. These players that wore them shoes, man.
Oh, no. You don't know about Michigan because by us being a Jordan school,
I respect
I guarantee you it's on the same.
I respect the Big Blue now. I respect Big Blue Nation. But I'm just telling you,
I'm not going to go to that one, James, only because that's Jordan school. Michigan gets a lot of stuff, but I think Carolina gets some special gear.
Well, I was talking about as far as the display for the wall and everything.
Yeah. I was talking about that special gear they get in that special shoes. I think it's kind of like
it's kind of like Oregon Museum at Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that's a blue blood. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It is what it is. Like, you can't be in this game and not recognize what the blue bloods are. So, to that credit, I'm sure they do get the specials.
Man, I tell you, and speaking of specials, I need to know this next question. In the college football system, everybody keeps arguing and talking about whether there needs to be an 18 playoff team or a 16-team playoff team. I'm going to kick this one off and give you my opinion. You can go from there. The football college is the only sport that don't have a Sweet 16. And until they get to Sweet 16, because I've told everybody the last few years, first of all, forget the Power 5. James, me and you was talking about that. I've been telling you for years, it's a Power 4. And because the Pac-12, they're gone. And now it's between the ACC. Unfortunately, James, I love you. Between the ACC and possibly the Big 12, they're the next ones to go. And you're going to have three major conferences. And the Big 10 and the SEC are two of those three. And you got three of the major teams in the ACC looking to bounce. And that is North Carolina looking to go to the Big 10. Clemson and Virginia is looking to go to the SEC. And if we get Syracuse to the Big 10 and Notre Dame, it's a wrap. You can forget everything else they're talking about. In terms of the playoffs, 16 teams, because then you can forget it. Coach Jay, you oldest, you on the show with me. You mean you 80s guy. You remember back in the day, the national championship game, Coach Fred, was January the 1st. We live for that. Now, the national championship game is a week before the Super Bowl. Come on, man. Come on.
Wow.
I just need to know. So is 8 good enough, or do we move to 16? I say 16, and I ain't got to worry about beating Coach Justin next Saturday. I just got to beat him tonight.
Facts.
Any thoughts?
I'm all on board with that. 16 teams.
I would definitely say 16. 16 for sure.
It's a 12-team format now, right?
12-team format, and what happens right now, the teams 1, 2, 3, 4 get a 2-week bye. They get the week that they don't play, off week, and then they play again. So 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 playing to meet 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sweet 16 would be like basketball. I don't got to worry about getting a week off. I just pay. It's going to be 16 versus 1, and let's get at it.
To me, Tone, I'm a proponent of just start the college football season as the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like break the brackets off and just play. You know, forget all these little sisters of the blind schools, you know, for homecoming and this, that, and the other. No, you need to start with the powerhouse from week 1 all the way to week 12.
I agree.
Because you're a Big Ten guy, you understand that. Then did you see the news this week that the SEC and President Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, has finally approved that they will be like the Big Ten and the Big 12, meaning that starting next year, the SEC must play 9 conference games. I've been waiting for that because the Big Ten, they'll tell you, we usually only have one conference back in the day with one winner. You got to win out or you go take your ass home. Now, that's like everybody else do. So come on, man. Coach Fred, what you thinking?
It's a double-edged sword, Tony. Just we know most of us, or a few of you that I've met here tonight in basketball, get down to tournament time, you get too long of a break, it starts messing with the head a little bit. Now, granted, rest is good for the body, but as far as staying mentally sharp and having that dog in you, I don't know about taking 2 weeks off and beating up on your own teammates that whole time, but I'm sure from a health and wellness standpoint and let the body heal after a season, 2-week break might be nice, but I don't know. Somebody mentioned HBCU needs the money. 16 teams, everybody needs some more money.
I get it, Will. I know HBCU needs money, Will, but come on. We ain't talking about HBCU in this conversation. I love Grambling. I love NCC. I love Jackson State with prime time, put them on the map, but they ain't ready to play Alabama. They ain't ready to play Ohio State. They ain't ready to play North Carolina, and Carolina ain't in this conversation.
Yeah, I think the 16 format sounds good to me, but I think about 2 things.
What's that?
I think about player duration as far as avoiding injury. Okay, so when you got big boy conferences going at each other every week in and week out, you're going to have some top players hurt. So by having some other teams on the map, you kind of get some of your players to rest a little bit. You can get a couple bowl eligible games. But when you're playing in Alabama football, LSU football, and you're going against each other every week in the conference, by the time the season's almost over, you got some major injuries. So we got to really think about that. You know, that's that physicality. That's something to really think about. The other thing I think you think about is what disappoints me is if you get into the 16th playoff, I don't want players skipping out and not playing.
Well,
and I think that's been dissatisfying to me over the last. That's something we really need to address. 16 teams get in there, then I expect all 16 teams players to play.
I give that to you because that's been a major problem. We're going to pick this conversation up on the other side right here. We got to take a halftime break. Val, come pay a couple bills, and Coach Jay, no, get these bill collectors out of my pocket. I think Val went on.
I've always thought about how my mom has supported me in any creative endeavor. How beautiful was it for your mom to be the superhero in your life and show up in your creative ventures with this book?
People ask her to sign the book more than they ask me to sign the book. Sometimes I step to the side, I take their picture. And, we have to celebrate our mothers. We got to celebrate our beginning. So she comes out with me. Every event, she is there. Even when I tell her she does not need to come, she will show up in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, okay, you coming? Okay. I'm like, all right.
Right. And she got a bottle of wine in her hand.
What in the world? Why are you giving her alcohol?
No, I'm just saying. She showed up in the parking lot. She got a bottle of wine, nice wine. She's going to set it down. She ready for the show, Val. You know what I'm saying? Because the funny part about it is, CJ, I've actually talked to Val. I'll talk about, writing a book myself because my man's in there.
I love it.
And look at Val.
My man's in them.
My man's in there. But you got to read the book. You got to read the book. But it's a play. CJ, I apologize because Val should have dropped some old Dub C so you could have came out crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not flamed up right now. I got to hold on. Trying to get me shot.
Going back to school tomorrow, like I saw you, Miss Charles. I saw you.
I mean, I can crip walk, but please, but I'm kind of, I'm authoring right now. You guys are funny.
Yeah, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast Show with your main man, the one and only Coach Tony. On the Fan Appreciation Day, Coach Jay and made a gear switch, got his Michigan gear on. James, got to get James in the house. Val, will get a moment, get James.
It's just like that.
Yeah, just talking about playoff side of it and all that, and the sentiment is, to kind of keep it the same. Coach Jay, did you get a chance to make a comment on that?
Yeah, I was just responding to your guy in the comments that was bringing up like North Dakota State, South Dakota State is putting people in the league. He brought up Appalachia State. And I'm saying those are FCS schools for a reason.
Yeah, all school. Yeah,
they wouldn't get to keep up that wear and tear for 12 months, 12 weeks plus going against the big boys.
Not 250 pounds versus 325.
Yeah. So it's a reason why they get that one check or two checks and they out of there and go back to their conference. So, can they upset them? Yes. Basketball is a different trajectory of teams. You can pull them upsets in the Sweet 16. It doesn't matter what you are. And it damn sure doesn't matter now with this portal and everything else that's going on. So you will have a North Carolina A&T or Norfolk State pulling off an upset over UCLA, Kentucky, North Carolina. So it's more doable when you look at it from that standpoint. But when you talking about getting on that gridiron, it's a man's game.
Yeah. That's definitely for sure. And speaking of a man's game, we're going to make a hard switch, hard pivot here. We're going to talk about Coach Deion Sanders' guys, 3 of them. It's been in the news all this week. And Tony, these all boys, these all your guys around your age, talking about his son, Shador, and what's going on at Cleveland. His other son, Salo, who just decided, to box instead of play football. And, of course, the things that are going on around Travis Hunter. The question on the table tonight, make sure if those in the question want to keep throwing those questions out for the guests to make sure we get to them as well, is that, is the NFL trying to sabotage Shador Sanders' career before it gets started? So anybody want to jump in and take the first?
I don't want to say they're trying to sabotage. I think that the media, social media, is trying to paint this certain picture about really all players.
What's that picture, Tone?
Well, really, because you got with Travis Hunter with his wife, and they're trying to say that she's just money hungry, going all the money, and then they're also trying to say with Shador with Joe Flacco, that he's going to take his position and he's not going to be a good quarterback and live up to Deion. So I just think it's social media trying to paint that picture.
Okay, what do you think he's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna be able to do with that? Do you think it's gonna hurt him or is it gonna help him?
I think it'll help him. If anything, boost his confidence. Give him what he needs to play.
Oh, okay.
That's my take on it. That's my take.
All right. Who else?
I'll say that I don't think it's sabotaging his career, but I do believe that social media part is hurting him on a different way.
And which way is that, Briscoe?
Everybody's seen the interviews and the latest news where they said, they were making the calls and telling teams not to draft him. Yeah. I would say that's because of who his father is. So, some people say it's in a good way. I say it's in a bad way because they're taking his opportunity before he even gets to take it himself. Yeah, and every time he steps on the field, they're looking for him to do something, but he's not ready. He's not ready for that stage yet. And he's trying to get ready, but before he can get ready, they're already painting him as something he's not. So.
Okay. I like that. I like that response. Who got something for that?
I got you. I don't think it's necessarily a sabotage at this point. I mean, what had already happened as far as with the draft selection, that was just sending a message.
From what, the league or from the team?
From all of the NFL owners to Coach Prime and Shador Sanders. Yep. Just sent a little message. And now at this point, he's in a stage where he's just humble. It is what it is. I'm battling against Dylan Gabriel. I'm battling against Joe Flacco. Oh, And I forgot Deshaun Watson, he got a chip on his shoulder because he's still trying to battle back. So I'm battling with 3 other top dudes. This is only going to make me better. So ain't no sabotage. He's going to use it. I already know his pops. He got a good father in his life, giving him messages, the things that he needs to hear, how to make a glass full instead of looking at it half empty. You're competing against some pros. One got an MVP. One was top running for MVP at one point. One won a Super Bowl, and then you got another dude just like you, Dylan Gabriel. This is a good chance for you to prove myself. If I ain't gonna prove it here, I didn't work enough so I could be good somewhere else.
And he's in Cleveland. Allo has said, man, Shador, he just simply got to be quicker at his reads. Showed that this particular weekend he wasn't getting rid of the ball. He wasn't making sure that he attack in slots and things of that nature. That he's got to get better at that. And if he can do that, then it ain't got nothing to do with his pops. It'll be on him. I agree with that point. And James, what you think about that?
I think they're taking shots at him, but I also think when the light is bright, it reminds me of Jordan back in the day when the media was trashing him a lot about the gambling thing, and Jordan had to just stop talking to the media. He channeled all that out and he focused on what he was doing and just took over and let it dominate. But he also continued to be minimal with the media the rest of that year. Yep. He barely didn't give him anything. So I think in this particular case, you let your performance show, but you also get out of the social media yourself. You deflect from all that. You don't carry yourself in a way that, like you want to be bigger than the team. I think a lot of shots are coming at him because he is a polarizing type figure, him and his dad and his other brother. So I think when you have that type of thing, you have to be in a situation of saying, okay, how do I focus? How do I do the things I need to do and just focus? And I think that's what all he needs to do. But we've seen it before. We saw it with Jordan 25 years ago, and the same thing. So when the media can be your friend and also can attack you. So you live by the media, you die by the media.
Yeah, I remember that Jordan situation. I was there, clear. And Bo Schembechler's boy, Michigan. What you thought?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, I'm gonna kind of debunk most of y'all theory right there. I think they may not try to sabotage him, but they're trying to sabotage his moment. And the reason I say that is because, okay, if we're looking at this past game that happened this weekend, look at how it all played out. You snatched him out, you put him in with the second. Yeah, you put him in with the second and third stringers. You had him on passes and plays that was going 10 and 12 yards, knowing that line wasn't going to hold up. So he was running for his life, basically. Then you snatch him out in the 2-minute warning for Lamar Huntley. Huntley that's not even going to be on the team. So if the battle, like most commentators have been saying, if the battle is going to be between Dylan Gabriel and Shador, we already know Joe Flacco is the starter. Then
right.
Who should have been getting the lion's share of the reps?
That's what Tony said. Yeah.
And again, he's his father's son. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me kind of like, in a sense, with LeVar with his sons. Mm-hmm. The ball boys didn't do anything, but because of LeVar mouth, he put the bullseye on their back. They just wanted to go out and hoop. They just want to hoop. So when you look at Shador, I don't think he's been on social media. Even when you look at the news reporter that he checked him with class. He said, why are you writing bad things about me? I haven't done anything. You don't even know me. And so I don't think he's showing it up. But Cleveland doesn't want to let him go right now for the simple fact he's bringing that money in. He's
got the number one selling jersey of all of the
And if he goes somewhere else, he's going to prove them wrong. They don't want to let him go.
Yes, and that's right. And and Coach Fred, you got the last word on this.
Yes, sir. So, panel, Tony, and hearing the different opinions. At the end of the day, we got a young man who's trying to forge his way, and I don't know how many of you had high level.
We lost him a little bit.
We lost him.
Hey, one other point I'd like to make about that, Coach Tony, too. Yep. Somebody brought up the comparison of him and Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel was in school for like 6 years.
He's like a 5th, 6th year senior.
Most of them records that he put up. So there's no comparison there.
And you got to remember the other piece of it, what kind of James he came out of
that's versus 6'3".
Yeah, and he came out of a D1 mid-major in Jackson State the first 2 years.
Yeah, let's look at something outside of the playing field. I think something we talked about and we missed a little bit, Tony. I'm gonna come back to it. And one of those things was, I believe because his dad made a statement early on last year saying that, he would not let his son play for certain coaches.
Yep.
I think the league kind of got together and said, okay, you know what, we're going to show you nobody talks to the league this way. Right. And I think, unfortunately, Deion didn't mean it in a bad way, but they wanted to show us who controls the draft. They wanted to show us, Yeah.
Yeah, I think
is this a form of racism in a sense? Because again, when you look at the Manning, say, hey, he's not playing in such and such. He's not playing. Don't draft him. He's not playing in San Diego. San Diego didn't draft him. New York drafted him.
So Pittsburgh pissed him off because Tomlin had him on the yard. Tomlin said, "We got you." So is it Scarface or is it the Godfather? Because the Godfather had 3 parts. I'm going OG. Coach Fred, what's up, baby? Thanks for checking back in. We called you for a second.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just saying we got a young man here under the spotlight of his dad, growing up as a little kid, trying to forge his own lane, pressure in college to be the man, and then what all happened with him getting in the league, and now he's on national TV and he gets punked out. And this guy just bulldozes him about 20 yards. And whether he was fighting like a warrior or all that pressure built up in that moment in the spotlight, and he took a swing at him. I don't know how many of us would have handled taking all that and not reacting.
But that's his brother. That's his brother, Coach Fred. That's Charlotte. We're gonna talk about that. But we're talking about Shador, the quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback. My bad.
That's okay.
Similar pressure there, and I'll pass on that and let you guys roll on.
I got you. Oh, and Amari, what's up, Amari? Thanks for checking in. Dude, Barry, what's going on? Tone, by the way, get with him too. He down at MT as well. So, Amari said he think they just going to use him for the money. And I like that. And on that note, we're going to take the last break of the day. I wish the Pull-Up Podcast was using me for my money. Man, what? Bisco, I'm going to need you to make a phone call for me. We got to get something going. Val, let's play the last bill of the day. We'll be right back on the Fan Appreciation Show. This is the Pull-Up Podcast, and I'm with my mans in them. This is Coach Tony. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's your main man, right back at you. Coming live here from the Rise Studios. And it's your guy talking about what? Pull-Up Podcast Show. What is the Pull-Up Podcast Show? It's a brand new podcast hitting your airways nationwide, talking everything on sports, from baseball, basketball, hockey, and then I tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure, if you want your questions answered, you want to have fun talking a lot of sports, make sure you pull up on me, because it's the Pull-Up Podcast Show.
It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up.
Also, for those that want to learn a little bit more about this right here, oh yeah, that right there, that's the Rise, NIL, talking name, image, and likeness. Those having opportunities to get paid, you want to tune in to it.
Sports show, let's go. It's the Pull-Up Podcast show. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. It's the Pull-Up Podcast. Pull up.
Man, welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Pull-Up Podcast Show with your main man, the one and only Coach Tony. Out to my nephew.
Hey, man, this guy killing me with these guys.
Dropping that track, Tony's cousin, and here we go. Coach Smith got another hat on. He coming with the D. Put my White Sox hat on. Well, boy, you better be glad.
He's killing you tonight.
Hey, killing me tonight, Tone.
Yeah, hey.
So, speaking of killing, man, I got to know, this is the biggest topic. This is the topic I love the most, and I got to see where y'all mind is coming from. The WNBA has seen a 10 to 12% drop in viewership. Now, many argue it's the Caitlin Clark effect because, as you guys know, she's out with a growing injury, tried to come back. They let her come back too soon. She played, unfortunately, against my girl, Chicago Sky, Angel Reese. got re-injured and they're like, you out. I'm going to get you healthy altogether. Now, the All-Star game, good numbers, great All-Star game, but we're coming out of that. So, with the viewership being down, is it a Caitlin Clark effect, or was last year just simply a hype? Who want to get started on this?
I mean, I could go on that. That's why I love numbers so much. Like sports and finance is one of the things you can't do too much arguing about.
Okay. Numbers don't lie, right?
Numbers don't lie. And what's the common denominator? What was the reason that they were up before as far as for viewership, attendance? That person was there, right? They didn't have a whole season out. Now the person's gone, it's down 10. And you still have Angel Reese, who has been having a phenomenal season, the quickest ever to a certain amount of double-doubles at her age. So she's having a good season. Why is viewership not up?
Because of haters.
So when she does come back, all this extra hating and side talk that's going on, it really needs to kind of just calm down a little bit, because at the end of the day, she's helping the whole league. Y'all trying to get money. You need eyeballs. You need more butts in the seat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Justin, people do need their eyeballs, but viewership is probably down because people throwing dildos on the court. So, I mean, why am I coming to a game if I gotta have a sexual option thrown at me? Am I lying? Somebody stop me if I'm lying.
No, you right. Hopefully it's been in like 5 courts, five
they did 5 games in a row.
5 games in a row, and old boy hit. Matter of fact, he hit Aaliyah Boston in the head with it.
I mean, come on now. It is what it is, and if I'm really looking at it, a lot of us really tuning in to see if there's any skirmishes. You know what I'm saying? Like the basketball's been great, but where's the excitement? The excitement's been coming when there's been something about to pop off, because we know what Caitlin's going to do. We know what Asia's going to do. We know what all these guys are going to do. Yeah. So with me personally, I'm more excited that, not because I'm living here, but the Atlanta Dream now is in second place, and it's somebody else different. Minnesota's trying to not have double-digit loss seasons, So
and the Fisher was out. She back last night and dropped the double.
They only lost 7 games. So I mean, Val. I mean, it is what it is. You might need to go lay hands on them, Val.
So I see it. I see it a little different. I see it from a different perspective. I see, I see the Larry Bird conversion. Okay. I see, you had that dream, you had that person, that persona of Larry Bird, and I think Caitlin Clark is sensational, one of the most prolific shooters I've ever seen as far as a female, a junior version of Steph Curry. So I think about people want to see points, people don't want to see post moves. People want to see points, straight up shooting. Okay, they want to see it like poetry. They want to see that duck butter. They want to see that butter. Mm-hmm. And even though it's coming from a white lady, a young lady, they want to see that. Okay. And so we're missing what really was happening is because you got the first time since Cheryl Miller, a sensationalism of that type of talent of a generation. Yep. We've had other players, but this Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. Make no mistake about it. When you can rain threes and step back and twist ankles and not even be super athletic, you got game. And we got to go ahead and face it. She got game.
And what about Paige Bueckers?
When you look at the money and the people that go to those games, and you look at the demographics, you already know she's selling out seats.
Yeah, and it ain't us.
It ain't us.
I just want to piggyback.
And I know she got game. That's because my girl Juju Watkins can't come out right now. I've been telling y'all.
That's true. Now that's gonna be wonderful.
Hey, I just want to piggyback real quick off of James, real quick, and give it to somebody else. But it's really not about no race. Like when you look at
it's about that damn orange sport and basketball that they play.
I don't. It's not political. It's not. When you look at something that's just different, it's gonna just be a little bit more attractive. Not to say that she may be more efficient than Aja Wilson or maybe Nessa Collier or even Kelsey Plummet, but it just look a little different.
Now, Michael Jordan just said
a woman pull up from 35 to 40 and do it off the dribble. So it's about that.
Correct.
That's all I want to say.
And when Jordan make a comment and says the WNBA is in trouble, that lets you know right there. Briscoe, what you thinking?
I mean, I believe it. Like I really will say that Caitlin is selling numbers, regardless of how anybody feels about her.
Yep.
She's bringing the hype, and the biggest thing before was, you got Paige Beckers coming to the league, and she's gonna bring the same
She
hype.
set a record the other night. She had
44 points. But here's
Mhm.
my thing: she's still not bringing the numbers that Caitlin brought, and you
Correct.
got to also consider the fact that Angel Reese was out for a couple weeks.
Right.
So, when the two people that they talk about the most is Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. And when neither one of them are playing, and Chicago Sky is not looking too well. So
don't talk about my team.
where's the numbers going? You got the Aces who are average, which they should be better than what they are. You got teams that nobody considered being the top. Indiana Fever, they're playing. They're playing right now without Caitlin. So, you got underdog teams that nobody ever spoke of at the top. So all the people who were watching before to see the Brianna Stewarts and Asia Wilsons, they're not watching as much because the team isn't progressing as much as they should. So, I mean, I think that's a factor too, on top of Caitlin not playing.
And Joseph, my boy, and by the way, Joe, I'm gonna give you congratulations, boy. Went out there yesterday, Justin, man. We played at Ted Rose here in Nashville. Boy, when I was shot at 89, I tried to keep up with him, but my hand wouldn't. Congratulations yesterday, Joseph. And he said it's political.
No, I disagree.
Okay, what you say, Tony?
Man, Clark is just hoping. I think nobody just want to see somebody just out there shooting jumpers and just really giving the WNBA what they need. There's nobody really that we can watch. Like Briscoe said, there's nobody that we watching other than Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese out there playing. I watched Paige Beckers when she was also in high school and when she went to UConn. She got hurt.
Man, if you ain't watching the feature call you tripping.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
But see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy that I like let me be careful how I say this. Let me back up. What's the girl that got divorced that played at Notre Dame, the point guard, Skylar Diggins?
Oh, girl.
Skylar Diggins.
Woo! So I'm watching. I like that a little bit. I like that. So I'm a little bit different. I'm watching. I think what we're noticing is the sports fans are different in what we like and what we like in the WNBA. Because I think if we really look at it, is it going to give itself? Is it going to sell itself from a section, from an attraction level, or is it going to play down low and play like what's the WNBA as far as the brand? How does the basketball look like it's being played? Okay. Because different people have different interests in what basketball. Like when I watch college basketball with the ladies playing, Don Staley and them, I mean, they D'ing up, they playing ball. I mean, I'm into those games. But then when you get to the pro game for females, I think they need an identity. The league needs an identity, and I think Caitlin Clark gives it an identity. But outside of that, I can't name 5 starters.
Real quick, Coach Tom, it's other superstars inside the WNBA. But it's 2 words that makes Caitlin Clark stand out. The machine. She got the machine pushing her. So that's why it is what it is when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you have Paige Beckers, you have Aisha Wilson, you have Angel Reese, you have all these other stars, but it's the machine. And the WNBA is doing it in a very subtle way, just not too over aggressive, where it's just like
because the NBA don't have their back too, Jay. The NBA said I'm gonna step out, and like Amari said, hey, it's a Caitlin Clark effect. But he said, I also think that they do a lot of complaining, such as talking about their pay, which now I'm gonna give you, Amari. I know you're talking about, but you may see the first WNBA strike next year, and Coach Jay tell you about it because they about to walk out on this new CBA, which is the new contract proposal they putting on the table. And he was talking about other things. Coach Justin kind of alluded to it a moment ago. I was hoping he went there, but he didn't. And that is if the NBA, well, let me back up a couple. It takes Steph Curry, takes Andre Iguodala, it takes Draymond Green, takes Dwayne Wade, takes LeBron James. That's about 10 Carmelo Anthony, and a few more I'm probably missing, Kevin Garnett. That takes these 10 or 12 guys to give $1 or $2 million of their own money to the league. Come on, man. Why are the players having to give the money when the owners are sitting there? And this year, $1.9 billion the owners will make coming up in 2026. Coach Fred, you coming from the sideline. What's your thoughts?
That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money, Tony. Yeah. And
especially when they're only making $75,000 as max. Caitlin Clark, for those that don't know, 3-year deal, $327,000, $78,000 a year.
Yep, true. So and I grew up here in Indiana and down in French Lick. We talked about it last week. Larry Bird, not the most athletic, but could get it done. And similarly, Caitlin Clark's bringing that. And everybody's loved how Steph Curry has stretched the defense in that range, and Caitlin's bringing that, and other players too. But she's one that'll just come down and come across half court and let it fly. So
like
Tony,
James said, excitement in the game.
Yeah, definitely. So just to give a little info, which most of us are aware of, the injuries with the Fever. Sophie Cunningham injured. I just looked it up. They got five guards they're out right now.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Coach Briscoe, you're talking about them competing, and other folks mentioned even without Caitlin, but
and
Tony,
think about those guards being injured before Caitlin got there. Me and Justin used to talk about Aaliyah Boston was by herself, and Coach J, me and you talk about they were what? They didn't even win 1 game, 2 games. Then Caitlin Clark came within a 2-year span. They're top of the league right now.
Yep. Well, and I'll add into it, they also got Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell is putting up different numbers in different ways. So you got somebody like Caitlin shooting the ball, you got Aaliyah on the inside, and you got Kelsey Mitchell, who's pretty much doing an all-around game. Defensively, she's crashing to the basket, she's flashing, she's doing everything needed inside. All Caitlin got to do is shoot the ball.
I don't care what y'all say. Nafisha Collier and Williams up at doggone Minnesota, and Nafisha Collier is the MVP of the WNBA, and I've got them going against a repeat of the New York Liberty, and I've got Minnesota winning in 3. I'm telling you, dispute it.
I mean, I hear it, but I'm definitely gonna put Indiana up there. With a healthy team, they're a different team. With a healthy team, they're a different team.
I'm going with Coach on this one because you got to think about it. Kelsey Mitchell is number 3 in scoring.
Okay? Correct.
Number 3. Now, if you imagine if she had Caitlin Clark drawing them double teams, that's going to
get kicked out. Exactly.
Correct.
Hey, look, I got my FanDuel next year. I'm putting them all in. We going heavy in the fight.
But we talk about FanDuel this year is going up in the snow country, and where Prince said, Jay, please go jump in Lake Minnetonka.
Woo! Hey, Coach Tony, you said something earlier about if the NBA, and I think Jay might have said it a little bit too, but if the NBA supported the WNBA a little bit, I think that would also play a big significant role. Especially the more you see NBA players there at the game courtside, would help their attendance as well.
But that money, James, is going to leagues like Athletes Unlimited and Unrivaled, right? Because they understand that they can be a direct impact to the WNBA. Me and Coach Justin was talking about, Coach Briscoe is my coach, and during the year, I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch the show. I had Coach Diane Vigilone on, who's a retired Seattle, and ended up going to the first round WNBA in '98. She's part of the Athletes Unlimited, which they've grown huge. But you got people like very smart Juju Watkins, who's still at USC, who's got a piece of action in Unrivaled. That's a smart-ass girl. Wow. Investing her money. She ain't even turned pro yet. So when you're looking at that, and when you're looking at all that, James, they won't pay, and they need the NBA because they see somebody like Unrivaled or Athletes Unlimited as a direct competitor to them in terms of getting the girls.
Hey, Coach, I mean, one of the things, I don't know if James remember this, when the WNBA first started, you had the NBA owners behind them. But the problem was, and probably why they won't back them now, and Coach Tony, you've been in that corporate world, ROI, the return on investment, is not worth when you're looking at both the men and the women. So I wouldn't put nothing in as an owner. Just look at it. They just started flying private. I used to see them in Hartsville getting on the plane with me, getting on Spirit on top of that. So
used to get on Spirit like this.
They were getting on Spirit.
Well, you gotta pay. Man, I'm trying to get some water on Spirit one day. Briscoe, they talking about $5. You lost your mind. What you don't know is I got my own drink in the bag. So
hey.
Exactly. Man, listen, we are getting into overtime here, and all these guys are sports players and coaches, so we know about overtime. Here's a big question that's on the table now. It brings a little sentimental to me. But before I bring that last question out, run around the town real quick. Start with Briscoe and go all the way down to Tony. Give me the championship, WNBA. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the underdog, and I'm going with Indiana.
Okay. Coach Justin, who you got?
I'm gonna go back with Minnesota because I like her and what's the ball head? Courtney Williams.
Williams, yeah. Coach Jay, who you got?
Yeah, so one of my favorite groups is from that little city and state. The Time, Morris Day and the Time. So I'm looking at
Bird,
Minnesota and probably New York.
Oh, I like that. Coach Fred, what you got?
Well, Nafisha is on fire, and if they don't cool her down, everybody gonna be in trouble. But
exactly.
I'm going with Coach Briscoe and just the home state love here with the fever and hopefully a healthy fever.
Man, we got 2 Indiana and 2 Minnesota. Coach, hey, James, can you break this tie? What you got?
Hey, it's a Minnesota and New York thing to me, but it sounds like a Liberty versus Lynx. You know, that's what it looks like to me. Liberty versus Lynx. There you go. Got to put my money out there.
And Tone, you already got my money, man. Matter of fact, man, I'm gonna need my car washed. Let him know.
No, I think I'm gonna go Liberty and Lynx too.
Okay, well, who you got to win it all?
I'm gonna go Lynx.
Okay, that's what. Hey, well, I love that because we got 4. Because I'm going to the same thing. I got a repeat. Breanna Stewart coming off of injury. She just been back 4 or 5 games. Isiona gonna do what Anescu's gonna do what she does, like she did in the 3-point shooting contest. I don't think Indiana has a bench. Coach Justin pointed out everything. Too many guards are hurt on IR. No Caitlin Clark, and Aaliyah Boston can't get it done by herself. Nafisha Collier has been down 7 games, and Minnesota went 5-2 with her down. And last night she comes back and put up a double-double. So I've got the Lynx, plus I need them for my fan duel. So as we get a chance to get down to the end of the night, the question on the table, I need to know this round the table. We're going to wrap up here. Thank you guys for checking in on the Pull Up Podcast Show, Fan Appreciation Show. Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba, passed away, unfortunately, 5 years ago. And this past weekend, it kind of brought some things back. I was watching a Kobe Bryant Classic when he dropped 81 on Toronto. Crazy. 27 in the 4th. Ridiculous. So, what did Kobe mean to the NBA, to the game, and what did he mean to you? Let's go, Coach Fred. Kick us off because you the old vet around here.
Who's that shout out to, Coach Tony?
Talking about Kobe Bryant. What did he mean to you, and what do you think he mean to the game?
What a class act. A warrior and a class act. You could not rattle that guy. That out of bounds play, they shoved the ball in his face. He didn't even blink. He didn't budge. And the documentaries and stories I hear of players going in, young players coming in the league, putting in work and wanting to outwork him. Didn't matter what time they showed up, Kobe was already there.
Right.
Work. Just what a class act, and he exemplified professionalism in the NBA. Represented everybody across the board well.
Oh, that's good. Hey, I can tell you that. Briscoe, what did he mean to you? I know you young. You probably is a Kobe fan.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pull out, another factor. Everything definitely what he said. Samantha, another one of our college players, she was obsessed with him. So I got to hear all the stories and everything, and we used to sit around watching videos actually in high school of him in the gym, like workouts, not game film, not highlights. Where we're watching the game film side of it. So he was a different type of player, and to the fact of it, knowing like. You still got younger generations in mind who, refer everything still to Kobe. He's different. Even, being off 5 years, it'll never be the same. Nobody will ever kind of amount to what he's brought to the game. So.
Yeah, and I'm mad because I really wanted to see his daughter play. I mean, I look at the NBA and what he was doing in terms of giving money back to the league. The Black Mamba was, had his own AAU and, and all that on the EYBL. And I would just, it hurts me because I really wanted to see how and what his daughter turned out. Tony, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, I didn't really watch Kobe that much growing up, but just really just listen.
Because you was actually watching Jordan. Tell Justin again.
Nah, I was really watching Derrick Rose before he got hurt.
That's right. You were D-Rose. You a huge D-Rose fan. Oh my God.
But I would say just hearing how like majority of like my favorite players talk about him, just more so just staying on top of everything and that professionalism that Coach Fred was talking about at first. Just you can always tell, even during his videos and just interviews, he was just always serious at all times. Never was really playful. So
when you say a twin and someone got an opportunity to watch Jordan emulate his moves, the funniest story was, and the Coach Fred, I thought you were going to say something, but you stopped. But the funniest story to me was Allen Iverson and Jay. You remember this? It was at the All-Star game and kicking it with Kobe. And they were like, man, we better go to the club. And Kobe like, I'm going to holler at y'all later. They came back in and Kobe upstairs in the gym working out. So it's crazy. Coach Justin with the Lakers shirt, man. Know you got some thoughts on this.
Oh, absolutely. So first question was as far as what he meant to me. Man, he meant so much to me, all-time favorite player. But just the fact that he's coming back in that time frame, it wasn't a lot of athletes that were coming from someone that already had a father in the league, which is what you see all the time now. So him just coming from Spain and going against other dudes who had a little bit more grit, he said, I'm going to prove that. Coming from a good background, a polished kid, and that reminds me of myself. I'm one of the first to actually come from a nice 2-parent household, and you got to work to earn respect in that type of league. And he worked so hard that, you respect him, and then ultimately you love him or hate him, but you're going to respect him because of just how hard he worked. And that just was a lesson to me as far as in our culture, coming from where we come from, if you're from that type of environment, you may not always get your respect, but you work like that, you're gonna earn it. So that's what he really meant to me. For the league, attention to detail. That's what he gave other players who were in his era, and then definitely the ones after him, how they would pay attention so much more to the fundamentals. How Kobe would literally study every single thing that Jordan did from a fundamentals standpoint. Right. How he would pivot, reverse pivots, open up, pump fakes. He'd do the exact same things and study things from a whole nother level. And I think he helped other players kind of get that mindset. So that's what he meant to the league.
Man, and Alo said, man, the NBA have not been the same since Kobe left. I mean, I know they was looking at trying to pass from Kobe to Bron or possibly John Morant. And he said, looking outside the past playoff, there was none. Now, it's been like they've still been trying to figure out who they're going to pass the torch to, and all that. And James, Coach Justin said something kind of key. I thought you want to pick up on that one there, just about the Jordan situation and the little brother. Man, you always talk about that all the time. We have our conversation about how Kobe was a little brother, and just to make sure that he was doing the things he do. That's how I think that he not only did that, but he got an opportunity to get Mike's exact coach. And Justin didn't mention that, and Phil Jackson, the maestro. So to get the maestro in the house with Tex Winters in the house, with Coach Simmons on the bench, Jay will tell you that's a Chicago pit fire right there waiting to be relit. So, and then you got Kobe and here comes Shaq. So, what did he mean to you, man?
I think, first of all, Kobe, when I think about Kobe, I think a generational talent. But then what I think he meant to me was when everything that endures passion. When you think about passion for the game, never taking a moment for granted. Everything that you have, you leave it out on the court. Every effort, every bit of professionalism, every bit of the winning attitude, the emotional the dependability to his team, being in the clutch situations, things you cannot teach. A person has to have that desire, that level of desire. And so when I think about Kobe, I think about, even if I see somebody out there, that desire to be the best and be willing to be coachable at the same time, wanting to listen to the greats. So many talented players now, they don't want to be coached. They don't want to listen. They don't want to develop their game. They come in with athleticism and mentally they never mature with the game. And for Kobe to be guys when he's 18 years old, 17, 18 years old, that are 34, 35, and to have the discipline to take care of his mind and his body, And I think and then when you look at the competitiveness with athlete to athlete, Vince Carter and Kobe came in the league, both dominating.
Yeah.
But Vince didn't have that next level. He didn't have the extra gear. And Kobe worked on all the other developmental things. So as he continued to progress in age, his game got sharper. It got wiser. It got better. And so when you think about that, it's exceptional. I mean, he taught a perspective of talent. He taught the game something, and he left the game with something.
Yeah. And I agree. And Val said, at the time of Kobe passing, she said she cried after she heard about it. And, it really moved her. I remember talking to her about it and everything. And she felt like, Kobe was like a little brother, just a brilliant, talented person, just gone way too soon. And I know we talk about him, but again, I can't let his daughter move. She was like coming up, and we talk about, and that's why I mentioned the WNBA, and Jay mentioned that about the money, because Kobe's one of the main people that was going to be behind the push of the WNBA coming down the road. And James, man, I love that perspective. I think it's spot on. Coach Jay, man, what you thinking?
So, when Kobe first came in the league, I didn't like him. And one of the reasons
I told you, that's funny. That's that Midwest across Lake Michigan. I told Justin, I didn't like Kobe. Remember that, Justin? I ain't like Kobe, period.
Yeah, I didn't like him because, one, I looked at him as being a ball hog, and me playing a big guard position. I'm like, dude, you're not utilizing what's around you. You come in right in trying to make an impact, show that you're the guy. But you got 4 other guys that's been in the league, and 4 other guys is going to help you. And I'll never forget that look he gave when he walked off the court facing Utah, shooting all them air balls and all that in the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember that.
So to fast forward, to his latter years, all I can say is greatness personified. He was one of the type of guys that left it all on the court. He's always hard working. He wanted everybody to be at his level. And you can't fault him for that. He's in my top 3, Jordan, Kobe, and Magic. Those are my top 3 all time. When you also look at it, as he began to age and work with Mike, as Mike retired, he was one of the first to work with Akeem the Dream to get that footwork down there. And as you see now, everybody's calling up the Dream, trying to get that extra footwork. Yeah. So he was just one of them ones that, we would play with outside on the basketball court. And he did go outside on the basketball court, because that made you tougher. He was no different just because he was getting a check in the NBA. He was still a hooper, And so that's what I loved about him, because he reminded me of my guys in the neighborhood. He reminded me of my guys at the playground, So, it's definitely hurtful to see that he left. And I definitely shedded a tear when I heard the tragedy of him and his daughter, because as a father, I kind of put myself in that situation, and that hurt, So, I think he's just one of them legacies that's always going to live on. And, again, he's a generational talent. When you look at guys like him, Allen Iverson, all these type of guys, man, they come along once in the blue moon.
Yep. And Amari, man, I appreciate that. Amari said, man, he's really relentless. He's disciplined, obsessed with just being the game and just in his passion. And speaking of that, man, I'm the same when it comes here to the Pull Up Podcast show, man. I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Do not go nowhere. We're going to be backstage for a moment. But as we close out the show, I want to thank each and every one of you guys, Coach Briscoe, Coach Justin, my homeboy, J Dub down in North Carolina, Tony Tone, my son. And by the way, for you guys that need some work done, pull up on Tone's website at PR Visuals, and you will pull up on him on the IG so you can check him out. Coach Fred, check him out. Mr. Shot Doctor. Justin just went, as Jay said, I think he said 9 for 100 yesterday. So Dr. Fred get you back in order. Then, of course, my boy, Coach Jay Smith. Man, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for pulling up on the Pull Up Podcast show. Speaking of the Pull Up Podcast show, for those athletes that rock and roll with me, I launched my own sports agency a few years ago during the pandemic, working with brands, The Rise, NIL sports marketing agency where we work with a lot of brands in terms of making sure that we can expose them for what they're trying to do in terms of their brand and their marketing with our athletes, and make sure we let the athletes so they can come out, unleash their complete potential of whatever they can be, whether it's making $1 million, 100,000, a few 100,000. And with that as well, we make sure they maximize all the money they can possibly make, especially in the new world of NIL. So we want to make sure you guys want to look me up at www.rizenil.com. And speaking of looking up, my girl, Val the Voice, for those that don't know, she wrote a book called DJ Save My Life. Go to Pure Lighthouse and download it to order it, or you can just simply copy and look up on your phone the QR code and make sure you get an order. If I were you guys, I'll make sure she autographed it. But she talks about how DJ saved her life in the world of podcasting. Tomorrow night, coming up, I got my guy. We do another show coming up tomorrow night called Interludes Talk on Tuesdays, where we kind of jump over into the music and the industry area. And tomorrow night, we got a community leader with it. Professor P, my guy from North Alabama, will be on with me and Val the Voice, talking about community service work and what he's doing in the North Alabama area. And we're going to take a quick hiatus because I got to give my voice a rest, and we're coming back with season 4 and the opening show coming on season 4 is going to be with none other than Purdue University legend, Mr. Walter Jordan. I cannot wait. Walter's going to open us up, I think, September 22nd. But, man, listen, guys, I appreciate everybody. But as we close out the show, put them deuces up, because that's what we always do around here, and say what? Peace.
Peace.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. Kev is the engineer. Val is the one you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said Kev is the engineer. Val is the one you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull